What if the most dangerous person in the room isn't the loudest or the most powerful, but the one who walks in silence, carrying a light that darkness cannot extinguish? What if there are people alive on this earth right now whose very existence is a threat to the forces of darkness? What if you are one of them and you don't even know how dangerous you truly are? A chosen one in their full power is the most dangerous being alive, not because of physical strength or aggression or manipulation, but because of something far more lethal: spiritual authority, the ability to see through illusion, the capacity to transmute darkness into light, the power to speak words that create reality. These are the weapons that terrify the forces of darkness more than any physical arsenal could ever do. And if you are a chosen one, if you carry the frequency of the divine in your cellular memory, the enemy knows it. The demons know it. They fear you far more than you fear them. Let's understand why demons specifically target chosen ones. The answer is simple. Chosen ones are a threat to the entire architecture of darkness. A chosen one is someone who is awakening to their true nature, their true power, their divine lineage. As this awakening happens, the light quotient in your consciousness increases exponentially. You begin to see through the illusions that keep most humans enslaved. You begin to recognize manipulation when you see it. You begin to break free from the very systems that darkness uses to control and diminish human consciousness. And this is intolerable to the forces that profit from human limitation and suffering. Demons don't target random people. They target those who threaten their empire. They target chosen ones because chosen ones, once fully activated, have the power to free entire populations from darkness. A single awakened chosen one can shift the consciousness of everyone they encounter. Your light is contagious. Your truth is liberating. Your very presence challenges the lies that darkness depends on. So demons work overtime to suppress you, to confuse you, to distract you, to make you doubt yourself, to keep you fragmented so that you never reach your full power. How do demons target chosen ones? They work through proximity. They work through people you love. This is crucial to understand. They cannot attack you directly because you carry divine protection, but they can work through your ex-partner, your toxic family member, your friend who seems to drain your energy, your co-worker who backstabs you, your colleague who seems threatened by your success. The enemy positions dark-aligned people around you specifically to create chaos, drama, and dysfunction. They are not entirely responsible for their behavior because they are being used as vessels for darkness. But that doesn't mean you're obligated to remain in relationship with them. Some people in your life are what you might call unwitting agents of darkness. They may not be consciously evil, but their frequency is aligned with control, manipulation, limitation, and dysfunction. When they're around you, strange things happen. Drains start backing up. Devices malfunction. Animals become anxious. People fight who normally get along. Energy goes missing. This is not coincidence. This is the effect of dark frequency attempting to disrupt the light frequency you carry. The environment itself reacts when darkness comes near chosen ones. The spiritual weapons that chosen ones carry unknowingly are far more powerful than any earthly weapon could ever be. The first weapon is your presence itself. Your simple existence in a space raises the frequency of that space. Plants grow more robustly near you. Children calm in your presence. Animals trust you. The disturbed, the traumatized, the broken come to you seeking healing because they sense that your presence contains something restorative. You don't do anything, you just show up. And the darkness cannot remain in that kind of light. This is your first weapon, the electromagnetic frequency of your own healed and awakened consciousness. The second weapon is your word. When a chosen one speaks, words carry weight. This is not metaphor. When you speak truth, it lands differently than when others speak. Your words create reality in a way that ordinary words do not. This is why demons want to suppress your voice. This is why you've been silenced, gaslit, told you're too loud, too intense, too honest. They were trying to prevent you from discovering the power of your word. A chosen one's word is creative power. When you speak blessing, blessings manifest. When you speak truth, illusions dissolve. When you speak judgment on darkness, darkness scatters. Your words are weapons of light. In fact, your words have been measured and calibrated since the moment you decided to speak them. The universe is recording your every utterance, and the words that come from a heart aligned with truth carry a frequency that literally restructures the molecular environment around them. The third weapon is your vision, your ability to see beyond the veil. You can see through people's masks. You can perceive the true agenda behind seemingly innocent actions. You can recognize darkness disguised as light. This capacity for clear seeing is a weapon against deception. The whole architecture of darkness depends on humans remaining blind, remaining asleep, remaining unable to perceive what's actually happening beneath the surface. Your spiritual sight is a direct threat to this entire system. This is why those who operate in darkness often attack your credibility, question your sanity, attempt to convince others that you cannot be trusted. They're trying to get people to discount your clear sight before it exposes too much. But you know the truth. You've seen things that confirm your perception is accurate. You've witnessed the consequences of your clear sight. You've watched darkness scatter when you named it. Your vision is not delusion, it's divine perception. The fourth weapon is your authority. This is crucial to understand. A fully activated chosen one carries divine authority in their being. You don't need to claim it. You don't need to demand it. It's simply present. When you speak, people listen. When you move, people notice. When you set a boundary, people respect it. This authority comes from your direct connection to the divine, from your frequency being aligned with creation itself. Demons absolutely fear this, because authority is something they've lost. They were cast out of heaven. They exist in perpetual rebellion against divine authority. When they encounter someone who carries divine authority in their human form, they recognize a power greater than their own, and this terrifies them. The fifth weapon is your capacity to hold space for others' transformation. You can sit with someone's pain and transmute it simply through your presence. You can listen to someone's story and they feel lighter because you're not judging them, you're seeing their soul. You're reflecting back to them their own divinity. You're helping them recognize that they are worthy, they are loved, they are capable of healing. This transformative presence is a weapon against the forces that want to keep humans trapped in shame, in self-loathing, in the belief that they're unfixable. When humans begin healing and transforming, they awaken, and awakened humans cannot be controlled. Now let's talk about why demons work specifically through people close to you. The enemy understands something that spiritual warfare traditions have known for millennia. Proximity is power. The people closest to you have the most influence on your consciousness. They shape your beliefs about yourself. They reflect back to you whether you are worthy or broken. They either support your awakening or they undermine it. So darkness positions its agents close to you. Sometimes it's your romantic partner who seems to drain you. Sometimes it's a parent who undermines your confidence. Sometimes it's a best friend who is secretly jealous of your success. Sometimes it's a colleague who seems invested in making you look bad. These people often have no idea they're being used. They're not consciously serving darkness, but their unhealed wounds, their unresolved traumas, their spiritual disconnection makes them susceptible to being influenced by darker frequencies. And once they're positioned close to you, the enemy uses them to create exactly the right amount of chaos and doubt to prevent you from stepping into your full power. They may abandon you when you need them most. They may betray your secrets. They may attack the very thing you're being called to do. They may drain your energy and make you question your sanity. And you often cannot leave these relationships because they're family, or they're supposedly your soulmate, or they're your oldest friend. This is the cruelest weapon the enemy uses against chosen ones, positioning chaos in the closest relationships. Because a chosen one has a huge capacity for loyalty, for unconditional love, for believing in people's potential, you see the best in everyone. You believe that with enough love, anyone can heal. This is your strength, but it's also your vulnerability. The enemy exploits this by placing people near you who will take your love and use it to diminish you. Here's the unstoppable nature of a chosen one who is fully awakened. Once you understand that you carry divine authority, once you recognize your weapons for what they are, once you stop doubting yourself and start trusting your gifts, you become literally unstoppable. You cannot be controlled because you've recognized the illusions that control relies on. You cannot be manipulated because you've developed discernment that sees through all manipulation. You cannot be destroyed because you've accessed a power that extends beyond this single lifetime. An awakened chosen one walks through the world like a person who has already died and been reborn. Nothing the enemy can threaten you with matters anymore. Loss of relationships? You've chosen to keep only those aligned with your light. Loss of status? You've released your need for external validation. Loss of comfort? You've accepted that your comfort matters less than your mission. An awakened chosen one has nothing the darkness can hold hostage. And so they become the most dangerous being alive. This is why Paul wrote to the Ephesians, "Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." Not so that you will escape the battle, but so that you can stand and face it. because once a chosen one is armored with the truth of their identity, once they've accessed their divine weapons, once they've understood that darkness has already been defeated, they become unstoppable. You are warfare in human form. You are the answer to prayers being prayed in the spirit realm. You are the one they've been waiting for. The enemy knows this. The demons know this. And they are working with everything they have to keep you asleep, to keep you doubting, to keep you small, to keep you fragmented. But you're waking up. You're beginning to understand. And that understanding is the beginning of your power. Luke wrote, "I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions, and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you." You don't need to earn this authority. It's been given to you. You just need to claim it. An awakened chosen one is the most dangerous person alive because they've reconnected with their source. They're no longer operating from fear. They're no longer trying to survive. They're standing in their truth. They're speaking their power. They're living their assignment. And nothing on earth or under the earth can stop someone who is fully aligned with heaven. You are this dangerous. You are this powerful. The forces of darkness already know it. The only question is, when will you know it? When will you stop hiding your light? When will you stop apologizing for your power? When will you step into the full magnitude of what you've been called to be? Your answer to that question will determine whether darkness is able to continue suppressing you, or whether you rise up and become the unstoppable force you were born to be. Comment the word dangerous below if you're ready to step into your full power as a chosen one. Like this video to amplify the message that you are a threat to darkness, and that's exactly as it should be. Subscribe to receive more messages of power and authority for those who are awakening to the magnitude of their true nature. And remember, you are not safe for darkness. You are not safe for lies. You are not safe for the systems of control that have tried to contain you. And the world is waiting for you to wake up to that reality.